Hello again, and welcome back to the Trench. With 2025 coming to a close and 2026 beginning, I thought this would be a great idea to look back at everything that happened in the wonderful world of Warhammer 40k in the past year. And with that being said, let's get started with January. Starting the year of 2025 off, we got, and this brings a tear to my eye, we got Death Corps of Krieg. Now, if that is not a way to start off the year, I seriously don't know what is. But, apart from the angry men in gas masks, we also got a trailer for the return of Cadia, being an episode of the Hammer and Bolter animated series that was about Cadia. And about halfway through the month, we got the Las Vegas Open, revealing a bunch of, and unfortunately, taking the main attention away from my boys, the Krieg, and shifting it onto Chaos, which is very good. Not a lot of Chaos was released in the past few years, so it was really good. Some of the reveals from the showcase being the Celebration model for Black Library, being based on Hell's Last, which is about Mika Lest and her command squad and how they kind of survived Cadia, like the fall of it. But the biggest one and the most important reveal of that was the Emperor's Children being fully revealed as a faction. So it came out with Fulgrim, the Emperor's Children Primarch, even though that was revealed the year before 2025 for Christmas. But then it also revealed the Noise Marines and Lucius and tons of other models that are in the Emperor's Children range. 2 days after that, the Eldari got basically a full miniature revamp with a lot of their models being updated or changed in the announcement of them. Or was it? No, it was a release, I believe. They got a lot of new heroes that absolutely look brilliant in my opinion. And to round up the month, we got the trailer for Astartes 2. Now, that's a decent bit for 1 month. I'm starting to think I'm going to need more whiteboards. And a cup of coffee.
Shut up and take my money!
Going into the month of February, it started off kind of slow for 40k. The main thing in the first half of the month being the Data Vault update trailer for Space Marine 2. And the pre-order for the Death Corps of Krieg models separately, which I forgot about that when that came out, and I kind of wish I didn't, because it's kind of obvious based on the character I kind of am. But yeah. And the only other thing of note for this month was near the end when the Emperor's Children box went up for pre-order, as well as the Combat Patrol for the Eldari. Not much this month, but for Chaos it was looking like it was going to be a good year for them. I mean, a new faction box released, and those Space Marines in sight. It definitely will not come back to haunt me in about 5 minutes. But moving swiftly on to...
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Kicking the month of March off, on the very first day of the month, you could pre-order all the models from the Emperor's Children separately, just in case you spent all your life savers on the plastic front beforehand. There was a new update for Darktide, being the Nightmare of Visions update, but the Holy Grail of the month being the Adepticon showcase that brought us a lot of things for 40k. One of them being the new Kill Team box, the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Tyrannus, bringing mainly new Ravengers, because new Ravengers are just cool, and in my opinion the only thing in that box that is actually cool. And then the Adeptus Mechanicus just got new Mechanicus guys, I guess there's not really much else to that. The other thing being a new mission deck, so you could just beat your friends because, yeah, or your friend can win because he picked up a lucky card, boosting his points just past yours, even though you were mopping the floor with him. As well as the Year of Chaos continuing with the World Eaters and Death Guard getting a new hero, and the Thousand Suns getting a whole new unit, which were questionable to say the least. I mean, I think they were called the Sakari robots. I'm probably butchering that. I probably should look it up, and I will later. And the two new heroes for the Death Guard and the World Eaters, I think were pretty good, because they're out, past tense and all. Especially the Death Guard one is brilliant, and I was going to buy the box until I figured out, do I really need another army? And then I decided not to. Continuing on from my rant about the Death Guard, the Grey Knights also got a new battle force out of nowhere. Don't really know why, they just did. It was a pretty good box. I mean, it didn't release anything new apart from a new, I think they called them Sentinels. He had a mace instead of a sword. I don't know how good it is. If one of you have it and watch this, please let me know, because if it is good, I'll buy one. If I eventually get a Grey Knight army. And the Space Wolves got a whole new range of miniatures. They got a new Wolf Priest. That is my favourite miniature of this year. Sorry. And I would love to hear yours, so please let me know in the comments about what your favourite miniature of the year is. They also got new head takers, Grey Wolves, and their whole infantry, like their intercessors, and I think it's called their Blood Claws, got a whole new model as well. And they look really, really good. I bought that box. That one I did buy. And that about does it for March. Looking good so far. I think the start of the year started out last year. I keep forgetting it's last year. It started off quite well, to be honest. I don't think there was any problems with any of the releases. But I'm kind of missing the Ultramarine. Bloody Gene Stealers. Gonna have to get on top of that and burn them again. Well, wait, where was I? Yep, that was it. Now on to...
I love gold!
April started out with the finals of Golden Demon, and I have to say, well done to everyone who managed to get a place in the finals. Your models were really well painted, and if you got any trade secrets, I have £2.50 and a half-bill Gilliman with your name on it. The Orcs got a detachment update out of nowhere, even though half the things this month were focused around the Emperor's Children models being available to be bought separately. So it was very strange for it just to come out of literally nowhere. The Space Marines got a new drop pod, which is actually a good thing, because the old one was just god awful, like really bad. And the Space Marine 2 got a new DLC where you can fight a Tygon and become a Space Wolf for Imperial Fist. And then to finish off the month of April, Logran Grimnar, the Chapter Master of the Space Wolves, got a model. I don't know if it was I think it was an updated model, because I think he was already in. But if not, he just got a model finally, which was actually very cool.
For the Emperor!
There was a new Imperial Knight that got revealed, and like every other Imperial Knight. The new Thousand Suns Combat Patrol and unit was up for pre-order, and the day after that we got a new reveal for a Chaos Knight that actually looked different, with its droopy face and a lot of skulls. The week following the one where the Imperial Knights and all that came out actually was pretty good, to be fair. The pre-order for the Space Wolf box came out, and a ton, and I mean a ton of games got either DLC updates or just announcement trailers. I mean, we had Dark Tide getting a new class, Space Marine 2 got a trailer for Siege Mode, Rogue Trader got the exact same class, or unit, I think it's units in that game, being the Arbites. If I said it wrong, I apologise. And then the first Space Marine got a remastered for PC and Xbox. Us PlayStation players have to not play it and just cry. And then there was a trailer for Warhammer Supremacy, and then Dawn of War got a definitive edition, and a brand new game, Dark Heresy. So it was a very big year for big month, sorry, for games in May. And I'm grateful to have so many games. But space about a little bit. Please. You know, we've got to buy all this plastic. I mean, all the games now, these days, are costing about as much as arm and a leg, and maybe your left liver. So yeah, but it was a good month.
Squad morale restored.
The month of June started off the pre-orders for the Chaos Knights and the Imperial Knight that came out, was announced last month, which was big when it came out for like 3 weeks because it lowered the cost of like Knight by like a solid amount. I think it was like 100-point difference. And then there was a new captain for Ultramarines. Okay, it's still the Year of Chaos, so we can still live happy. Black Templars got a new model as well as their new codex, being the new model being a flag bearer of some kind. And then the Space Wolf models that were on pre-order before could now be bought separately. The DLC for the games mentioned previously came out and were pretty good, to be fair. I tried the Arbites, got that wrong again, apologies, on Dark Tide the day it came out, and I have to admit he's very fun and is still very strong to this day. And to wrap up the month, which was a short one, is the Grey Knight's got a new combat patrol that is actually kind of good. It's got a named character in it, which I don't know if I agree on putting a named character in a combat patrol, but it was solid. It's got good points, values, and the character is kind of really good in my opinion. And that about wraps up half the year. Some good models were revealed, and it's really hitting home that it is the Year of Chaos. But with that being said, let's see what the rest of the year has had to offer us. July started off very slow. Nothing really happened until 2 weeks in when the Space Wolves, Tyranids and Black Templars got all new combat patrols. The Space Wolf combat patrol being mainly the new things that came out in the box, and the Tyranid one being a bit random in my opinion. I mean, 10 Gene Steers, 3 Tyrant Guard, a Biovore and a Parasite of Mordrex. Now I may be wrong, but I don't see much synergy here at all. Nothing really works for anything. The Black Templar one is really good. In fact, it's that good, my friend who I got into 40k at the time decided to, instead of going down the Eldaria path, to go headfirst into Black Templars, grabbing this and Hellbrack at the same time. 4 days later, we got a big preview, revealing a ton of new reveals. They revealed new models for the Leagues of Voton that were very cool in my opinion, especially the Convidon Earthshakers. I royally mucked that up. The artillery that comes from below, and it's just really cool to me, to the fact of that instead of firing artillery like over a battlefield, it just tunnels under like a mole. So yeah. We also got Space Marines sliding their way in, getting new combat patrols and heroes for the Salamanders, Imperial Fist, Raven Guard and White Scars. Takes a lot of oxygen to say that. Now, I remember this is the Year of Chaos, but not Ultramarines, so it's not too bad. I can live with it. They also revealed a wearable Titus helmet and a new kill team box that includes Deathwatch and Necrons. 2 days after that, the mentioned Black Templar and Grey Knight combat patrols were also up for pre-order. And that wraps it up for this month. A lot was revealed, and my dreams of ever winning against my friends were looking more like a wish at this point because of the Black Templar.
Shut it!
Kicking off the best month of the year, we had the Voton up for pre-order, with you being able to buy all the models separately as well as the Salamander's new hero and combat patrol. Then about halfway through the month of August, we got the reveal of the Catan Shard of Night. Being revealed really early because someone had leaked that it was coming, and this model, in my opinion, is so much better than the old one by a mile. It just feels much more of like that big hero that you would have, and it's actually like scary of a sense. And the same day, we got the release of Dawn of War Remastered. Then, on the 19th, we got the reveal of Dawn of War 4. And if that is not the greatest birthday present, I don't know what is. Towards the end of the month, the Kill Team box mentioned previously came up for pre-order, and Space Marine 2 got a trailer for the Year 2 roadmap. That about does it for the month of August. What? There was an Ultramarine hero? Really? Let me have a look. Yeah, there actually was. I was hoping this would be the end of the Ultramarines.
Not sure if you knew, but I'm kind of a big
The
deal.
month of September started off with a period of the Raven Guard. From there, we got an update trailer for the anniversary update for Space Marine 2. We got some more Ultramarines, being Magnus Calgar and his personal guard. Now, this was supposed to be the Year of Chaos, and at this point, I'm starting to think there's been more reveals for Ultramarines than there has Chaos put together. But, hopefully, that should be the end of it. Moving on, Warhammer Day brought 2 new miniatures, being a Chaos hero and an Ultramarine hero. Now, the Ultramarine hero for Warhammer Day is fair. It's Warhammer Day, and let's be honest, the Ultramarines are the biggest, well, they are the biggest faction in the whole of Warhammer. So that's fine. From there, we got 2 new combat patrols up for pre-order, for Jakari, and 1 for my boys, the Krieg. And the last things for the month of September were a new update for Darktide, being the Bound by Duty update, and a gameplay trailer for Dawn of War 4. And with that being it for September, we've only got 3 more months of the year left. Now let's have a look, what's time? It's only been 3 hours of me researching all this? That's not terrible, it's not terrible.
Mate, you've been here for 3 days.
What? I've been here for 3 days?
Yeah, like the whole battle literally happened around you. You just kind of sat there and didn't do much.
Well damn. I better hurry this up then. Let's move on to the month of...
I need it!
The month started off with the reveal of the character Eclopedia, a book talking about all the various named characters from the world of 40k. So characters like Gilliman, Khan the Betrayer, Typhus, Mortarion. Every big named character is in there. From there we got 15 new Space Marine heads and a reveal of a Christmas Battle Force boxes. You know, them boxes that have a lot of pretty good stuff in and cost you a decent bit, but you want it because if you don't get it, you're going to lose a lot of value and you have to spend more of your money. You know, and they are for the Chaos Space Marines, the Tyranid, the Space Marines, the Emperor's Children, Votan, Tau, and Krieg. Then 40k had a crossover with Rust, bringing cosmetics to Rust, like Krieg, because, you know, it's realistically, it's one of the only things that actually would fit in Rust. But from there we got the Red Gobbo, the reveal for this year for Christmas. Furthermore, the Ultramarines got a Terminator box up for pre-order. I'm not going to comment on that one. Bolt Gun 2 got a reveal trailer, which big up in this month, as well as Speed Freaks, being a game about orcs going fast, getting a trailer for the Deathcopters. And apart from the Ultramarines, this month was good, but small in terms of reveals.
I am no heretic.
November started off with a game announcement trailer for Warhammer Survivors, a vampire survivor-like game. The World Championships also happened this month, with Richard Sigler winning with his Adeptus Mechanicus. If I butchered your name, I apologise, and a big congratulations to you. We also got the Warhammer Championship preview that brings a lot of new models, with a new Votan hero, 2 new Tau models who are like these twins, and then a Tyranid Prime with Whiplash. All great looking models and things that actually benefit the armies, especially the Tyranid Prime with Whiplash, because you can actually now run that with Whiplash units, because I think you couldn't run the normal Tyranid Prime with them units, which is good. But the biggest reveal, being more Ultramarines, has to be Lieutenant Titus's 500 welds. Don't get me wrong. I was over the moon that Titus was back, and we were going to see him rip and tear on the tabletop through his own campaign. But this is supposed to be a year of chaos, and in the recent months, as you could tell, it's lacking chaos. But it is very, very cool to see him on the tabletop in his new garms, and then as a captain, I think he is now. It's very cool. And I actually was, as I'm doing this voiceover, was looking at the price what he was going to be, because I wanted to get him. I think it's going to be like something for, in the UK, like £52 for him, and then the same for the box. It's a little bit pricey, so I'm not sure if I will get him now. But all in all, I like his model. The Christmas boxes also went up for pre-order this month, as well as Darktide getting another new class reveal, being the Hive Scum. Following this, Space Marine 2 got the Reclamation update, and Games Workshop actually thought we needed more Ultramarines and protested outside their own building for some reason.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
For the final month of the year, we started off with mainly just some new detachments, until the 10th, where we got the first 3 minutes of Pario Nexus, the newest Sister of Battle focused animation from Warhammer, because where else is it going to come from? But it's on Warhammer Plus. From there, we got the announcement at the Game Awards for Total War Warhammer, and I'm not going to lie, this had me so excited. I'm a massive fan of the Total War games, and I was bouncing off my walls. I was so happy when this got announced. Legit, it was just, yeah, I was very happy. Following that, later on in the month, we got more detachments until roughly the 20th, where we got the Dark Angels trailer for Dawn of War 4, which is kind of mad to think that we're actually going to get a Primarch in a Dawn of War, because usually it's about the Blood Ravens being a successor to Blood Angels, I think. If I'm wrong, I will put it at the top of the screen, but to the Blood Angels, I believe. So yeah, it's very big, and I'm excited to see how it's going to play out. But to wrap the year up, and the month of December, we got the reveal of Huron Blackheart, the Master of Maelstrom. And that about wraps it up for the year. I believe that the year of 2025 was good for models, especially for the factions that needed it the most, like Votann and Eldari. But I do look forward to see what the next year will bring, and with any luck, I hope that there's less Ultramarines. Like, I'm grateful that this year that the other factions like the Salamanders, Space Wolves, Black Templar, and all that have had more models than the Ultramarines. But there are some other factions that just haven't been touched. Main one being Drakari. Like, I'm not sure if Drakari even got updated this year at all. I think they got a new combat patrol, but I didn't find it anywhere when I was doing my research. So if they did and I missed it, my bad, but I don't believe they even got a model update this year. But with all that being said, thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.